Extreme winter adds to U.S. economy's woes. Record snowfall leaves winners and losers and could distort jobs data. The three major snowstorms that have hit the Northeast so far this winter have been more than just commuting and safety hassles. They may be creating yet another headwind for an already wobbly economy. While government data released on Friday confirmed that the economy grew at a rapid pace in the fourth quarter of 2009, partly due to the stimulus measures, Old Man Winter is already blowing through results for the start of 2010. This economy is on such thin ice that the weather actually matters. The economy surged at a 5.9% pace in the final quarter of last year, the government reported on Friday, and again partly due to the stimulus package. The bump came from stronger spending by businesses and foreigners. Also, the consumers are apparently losing steam. They increased spending by just 1.7%, weaker than first thought, and down from a 2.8% growth rate in the third quarter. With economic growth already on a slower growth path, this winter's worse than normal weather could easily make things worse. For starters, as snow days pile up, worker productivity takes a hit. Washington was shut down for days this month by historic snowfalls that left the region blanketed under record accumulations. The latest storm dropped more than 20 inches of snow on New York City, Philadelphia, and other northeastern cities, closing schools and offices and clobbering foot traffic to stores that remained open. Thousands and thousands of flights were canceled, and heavy delays were reported for flights that made it through the storm. Winds gusted up to 50 miles per hour or more in Philadelphia, which declared a snow emergency, its fourth of the winter. Amtrak canceled regional trains in upstate New York, and commuter bus service was suspended in northern New Jersey. Heavy snow didn't slow the pace of new applications for unemployment benefits, which surged unexpectedly last week, according to government data released on Thursday, even as two blizzards slammed the mid-Atlantic region last week, dropping record snow and breaking all-time records, bringing the region to a standstill. Claims jumped by 31,000 to a seasonally adjusted 473,000 in the week ended February 13th. And so again, no real job growth, then there will be no real economic recovery. A Labor Department official said at least 95% of initial claims are now filed online or by telephone. One of the biggest impacts could show up in the closely watched monthly report on employment due March 5th. That's because the government's February employment survey was conducted in the middle of one of the biggest storms of the winter. The last time that happened, in January 1996, the data for February showed a loss of 201,000 jobs after average gains of 143,000 in the previous 6 months, according to a recent research note from Barclays Capital. But this time, it's different. That 1996 storm introduced noise and other economic data, including reports of manufacturing production. With the current economy in much worse shape, weather-related blips in the data will make it even harder for forecasters to get an accurate read on whether the economy is still in gear or slipping back into neutral, or even worse. And when they stand up, they fall back down again. The bad weather also may be hurting the housing market, which is showing a little part of resumed signs of weakness. Based on the latest data released this week, new home sales fell last month to the lowest levels since the government began keeping records in 1963. Existing home sales showed a bigger than expected drop. Tighter credit standards, gloomy consumer sentiment, and fears that home prices haven't stopped falling have hurt housing markets, even those that didn't see a flake of snow all winter. But the serial snowstorms haven't helped, according to a senior economist. The housing market, particularly this time of year, is very sensitive to seasonal adjustments. If not the whole decline, some of it is due to weather. It's overstating the weakness and understating the strength of that market. Record snowfalls are pushing some strange state and local government budgets to the breaking point. In Washington, back-to-back snowstorms this month have cost the city's Metro Transit Agency an estimated $18 million in decreased ridership and increased snow removal expenses, along with many other areas. President Barack Obama Thursday declared a disaster in snow-slammed Nebraska and ordered federal aid to supplement state and local recovery efforts. Damage assessments put storm costs from December 22nd through January 8th at more than $8 million, not including the full cost of snow removal. Impact on businesses from such storms is mixed. Higher sales of snow shovels and windshield scrapers are supposedly offset by canceled trips out to dinner. Airlines and retailers could be among the biggest losers. Retailers that are concentrated in the path of the storms could be hurt significantly. For shopping malls and department stores, the loss of revenue may be very difficult to get back. Storms of this winter's magnitude can trim sales by 10 to 25% for the week. When it happens in the slow months of January and February, you just don't make that business back. Ski resorts are having one of their best snow seasons in years, helping to boost traffic during the President's Day holiday week. The storms have also brought extra work for plumbers and other handymen. Closed school and government offices boosted traffic to East Coast ski resorts within driving distance of big cities. But the economic impact may continue to be felt long after the last of the snow has melted. And this is about more extreme snowstorms, more intense weather. There is weather change. The weather is changing. Some call it climate change, or they could call it global weirding, as the weather becomes more strange and intense, or extreme. And once again, these are more signs that something is different. Something is different this time. These are more signs of the end times, transition days. There is a huge transition going on all around the world, day by day. And yes, there are many, many signs.